I just came across this viral thread on X. You built a SaaS product, no ads, no SEO. How do you get your first 100 users? So, this is a very interesting question, but I have a better one. Why no ads? And that is going to be the topic of this video. But first of all, I wanted to understand what are people doing if they are not doing ads? Um, what are all the things that are mentioned in the 200 comments from this thread? So I processed all the data and I came up with this mind map that I'm going to walk you through, hopefully quickly. So we would go and see everything that has been mentioned in this thread. Hopefully you get some value out of it. But most importantly, what I would like to challenge today is why not running ads? Because I think that most people are seeing ads the wrong way and think it's really too complicated, that it's a mysterious machine that only marketers know how to make work, but that's not true. And I also think that actually technical people could be very good marketers if only they would dare to go into ads, because ads are not magic. They are made out of parameters, logic, analytical mind, and I still don't understand why our technical people, uh, indie founders, um, not doing that. So I will also lead you to a few of my videos that you can watch if you like the content of this one, so you can learn how to write great copy for your product, how to, if you decide to go for ads, how to create, run, and analyze ads, and how to get the maximum learning out of your ads. So basically, running ads with a very small budget. So before we go into the topic of ads, let's look into what were people saying in this long list of comments. Um, it's a little bit of everything, and the thing the biggest thing for me is that it always lacks of context. They are all good advices, but they are never. None of them are actually working for everything. Because first of all, you need to distinguish between B2B and B2C, and you need to distinguish what type of niche you are building for. And um, to make it clear to me, I see like the real world and the founder bubble. And you have a lot of people building for the founder bubble, um, and very few building for the real world, and people doing gardening and collectioning stuff and having relationship, all this kind of thing. Most of the indie founders are focused on building tools for other founders, while there is a vast ocean here with way less founders doing that. And I think from all those methods, we need to distinguish which one works for which way. So let's go into it. I will try really not to spend too much time on it, but direct outreach, cold email, cold DM, cold call. Cold email would be my favorite one, but specifically for B2B. I didn't mention it, but let me grab it here. I have this video with Jean-Michel Moreau, which is an awesome consultant that taught me a lot about uh, cold email, especially for B2B SaaS. Sorry, that's not the right one. So if you want to watch it, feel free. Cold DMs. And I'm not even talking about cold calls, because I don't think a lot of people watching this video are willing to do cold calls. Cold DMs, obviously, it works for some niches. If you are looking into B2B, LinkedIn is the place to go. Um, Although it's a lot of rejection, and I honestly don't know how people are doing that day in, day out. When it's automated, it's not really competing. I receive so many of them, I don't even read them anymore. So yes, it definitely works. However, it's it's tough. But for B2B, that's one of the still the best way to go. For B2C, I wouldn't even try that. Community based, Reddit, Discord, Facebook groups, they are really good. Reddit specifically, it's amazing because there are so many people, but it's also very hard to post to market a product. It's an amazing place for market research. It's not that amazing when it comes to promoting your product, basically, because communities are independent. They have their own rules. And as soon as they start smelling a little bit of promotion, it's dead. So to post on Reddit, you have to be a Redditor. Basically, you have to know the rules. You have to understand the psychology of the people in every community. You have to participate and then gain the trust, and then uh, start a discussion over the problem, not the product. And then the product becomes the next logic step for the person you're talking with. Not the easiest way, and a lot of people are getting banned when they try to promote their product. Um, but again, there is the Reddit with the real world and the Reddit for the founders. So if you are trying to promote your product in a SaaS subreddit, then yes, I mean it's still the same rules, but it's a little bit different than if you go into something from the real world. Discord uh, can be interesting, but it's basically social selling. It's like it goes with called DM basically, and you will engage conversations. And Discord is still is growing, but it's still a platform for a very specific type of people, a little bit nerdy, um, like gamers, founders. Not everybody's on Discord, basically. Facebook groups, good, but the reach went down, and same principle as Reddit apply, basically. Then we have an interesting one, build in public. That's what I was talking earlier. You have the real world, and people in the real world, they are actually not watching people building tools. So there is this kind of uh, circle or flywheel. I don't know how to say that, but basically there are a few big influencer in the building public space, which are all great and they build amazing things. But the problem is that they build things for their followers because that's their audience, and their followers are trying to apply the same method, building in public, to get an audience to sell them something. But it only works if they build something for founders. Because as soon as you go out of the bubble, if I'm building a tool for an app for gardening, then people doing gardening, they are not watching build in public hashtag on Twitter. So that's something to keep in mind. It's good, but it just depends on what you are building. Short form content is actually probably the best for B2C, especially with the algorithm, the way it works, the for you algorithm. Basically, right now, if you are able to put out there the right message and to basically the algorithm will find the people that react more to your message. So if you put uh, if you have a lot of short form content that are not working, it's just that you are not talking to the right person with the right message. And as soon as you reach that, the algorithm will take off. So it's not when you don't get rich. It's not that the algorithm doesn't like you, doesn't work. It's just that it's still not the right message, and that's pretty cool because this is a free learning platform. What you need to understand is how to use segment. How do you first understand your ideal customer? What different ideal customers could you have, and then how do you uh, find the different angles to tackle to address the problem they have, what's top of mind, and what are the words that you need to use to address those problems. If you want to understand that a lot better and understand how to write great copies and make script for that talks to your ideal customer, I really encourage you to watch this video, how to write great copies. Here, it's actually called How to Get Customers Without a PhD in Marketing, where it's a complete framework that takes uh, that uses deep research AI agents to do the market research for you, gets all the learning from it, and process all the data to help you to write great copies for everything that you need to promote your tool. So really encourage you to watch this one, especially for that. Then for the strategy, I think as soon as you have, it doesn't matter how many time you post per day. If you have great content, then you will find your people basically. So probably the best way to reach out to B2C customers out there. Community launches, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. To me, it's the exact same problem as the build in public creator strategy, because again, the random gardener is not checking product hunts every morning. Only founders are doing that. So if you're not building for founders, then product hunt is probably not the best place to go, as well as all the other directories. Um, Incentive mechanics, that's something that is repeated in the different comments. It's it's great advice, but it is not solving the problem of acquiring user, because a free trial only works if you get the right person on your website, on your landing page, whatever. But it's not acquiring user. Lifetime deal, same thing. Uh, Referrals and influencer. So I don't know why it's an incentive mechanic, but referral, same thing. You need to acquire users so they would talk about your product. So it's not really an acquisition strategy; it's a growth strategy. With it's when retention create growth. It's pretty good, but it's not how do you acquire your first 100 users. Influencers, I think influencers could be great, although I personally would always, y- let's say I have a tool to start to market, and I have absolutely no idea who is the customer, and I have I don't know $1,000 or $500 to just get the first users and get the machine going. I would never spend that in influencer marketing. Why? Simply because I don't learn enough for me. I need to be in charge of the different aspects of my marketing, how I segment the different tests and look at the result. And to to me, the best way is definitely ads. Another way could be short form content, because you can do it with short form content. It's less accurate, and but influencer marketing, it's kind of a lot of bets, but it works. It's just you have to be more confident. Existing network, sorry, works, but you have to have people that are able to use your product in your direct network. Maybe you have it, and that's very good. Otherwise, it's a little bit harder. All right, now let's talk about my main point here, which is why are people not using ads? Because the funny thing is, someone in the very first comments asked, why not SEO? And so the person, Umar Ali, said, it's too hard. Okay, fair enough. But nobody asked, why not ads? And I mean, ads can be scary, but they are really not that complicated. It's really, really a matter of logic. So I just uh, try to put my reasoning on a mind map. It helps me to not going too far into some things. So I would just try to follow that. Um, the root cause of avoidance, first of all, the mindset. Uh, Ads are only for scaling. It's not true. I mean, if you want to scale, you need to have everything in place. You need to have a good offer, a good pricing strategy, a good business model, and you need to know who is your customer and address them with the right message. For sure, if you want to scale. But do not knowing that doesn't mean you can't start running ads, because running ads would bring you very faster to this exact point where you can scale. So that's false belief. Need product market fit first. Basically, the same thing. Too expensive. What is too expensive? I mean, why? Because if you are spending your time, how much do you value your time, basically? Um, I'd rather personally spend $500 into what I can do with $500 is probably get five, depending between 500 and 1,000 real qualified people on my landing page, or maybe on different landing pages with different messages to attract them. So I will know if some convert, I will know what messages brought the most people converting. And from that, I will also, what I like to use is discovery quizzes. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But that will make me learn about how do this feel about the problem I'm trying to solve, how painful it is, and from there I would be able to sort them up and only ask the ones that really have a painful problem if they want to get on a call with me so I can ask them questions. So in addition of uh, learning ads, if you don't know how to do it, you bring actual real traffic, qualified traffic on your page. You know what message are working, and you get feedback. If you use a quiz, you get direct feedback, people explaining their problem from real people, and you get to have customer interviews with the most qualified people, and then you might get clients. So what is too expensive? How much do you value your time? How much do you value learning? That's a question I put out there, and then you can think about it. Just before I move on here, this video product, use a quiz to find out if your idea can make you money. That's a little bit of a clickbait title, which didn't work, by the way, because I didn't make that much view on this video. But it is actually a great resource. Yeah, I like it. That's my resource, and I love it. Um, it teaches you basically everything I'm telling you about right now. And especially, it shows the difference between you can use a quiz also while doing that. Actually, that's the funny thing. But if you use a quiz when a discovery of quiz funnel when running ads, then you will get such great learning because you can use what we call a pain barometer. Right now, I'm looking at the resource of the video, by the way. You can watch the video, then you can access for free to this resource. So the pain barometer, so you have a direct visual insight on how painful is the problem for people. And I give a bunch of different uh, uh, methods and ways to think about how to use a quiz to get the maximum learning of running ads. Let's go back here. See, just one, I went way too far already. Okay, marketing isn't for devs. So I don't know how you feel about what I just said, the different parameters. And I think of myself as someone that is more technical than creative. And to me, ads are really something that is only using logic. And for a while, it was using a lot of creativity out of me when I started back in 2017. Um, I mean, a lot of it was actually copying competitor ads, but I also needed to understand copywriting and do market research and understand how to write great copies. So I spent a lot of time brainstorming great copies and coming up with hooks and concepts. And I figured that now you can you can remove the creative part and delegate it to AI. It's not the best way, the best way is to be a marketer and to use AI. But doing that, and especially with this video, what I explained in this video, you will get to just by following a few prompts in the right order, make the right uh, market research, you will get to a point which is like way further than what I was able to do on my own as at the beginning without AI, me learning after a few years. Then you will get ahead of that, way ahead of that, just with prompt. So you remove the creativity from the equation. What's left? What's left is logic. You understand how many potential customers you have, potential ideal customers, what problems do they have. Those problems become angles, and then you can create different ads that address different personas for different angles. And you, at some point in the process, you create different landing pages for different angles, and you run ads and you just look at the numbers, and the numbers tell you, okay, this one works, this one doesn't. And then you have three that works, you just remove the other ones, then you push on the three, and then one is working, and then boom, this is your unique selling proposition. That's where you get your customers. And this is only logic and numbers. And I still don't know why our technical people not more um, into ads, because it seems like a natural way. So you understand it. It's uh, actually a false belief is gambling, not learning. I don't think it's true. That's the complete opposite. All the rest is gambling. Uh, Ads are definitely only about learning, and it's a shortcut, sorry, to getting to product market fit, or at least message market fit. Fear and confusion, don't know what to write, told you about it. Don't understand targeting. Targeting is not thing anymore. Now it's just you need to have the right message. Don't want to waste money. You understand that you are not wasting money. You are actually learning. The real cost of avoiding ads. This one is interesting. So there is a hidden cost behind not running ads, uh, because the time you will spend doing outreach, doing even short form videos, if you don't really know how it works, writing emails, and this is an incredible amount of time. And while you are doing that, you are not building a better product. You are not and more importantly, emotional fatigue, you are actually it pains you, right? You have to fail again and again and again, and it works at some point, but it takes months, and it's emotionally very tiring. And this is all a time that you are not using to improve your product or build another product, because actually you could have figured out faster than this one is not a thing people want to pay for. So there is a hidden cost in terms of emotional fatigue and cost of opportunity, while when choosing the longest path, which is the organic path, over the shortest path, which is the using ads, which again, the goal of this video, no ads. Why no ads? Missed learning, no feedback loop. Again, this is what I said earlier. There is no proper way to learn. When you use ads, you will create your learning, and for every dollar you spend, you will get the best learning out of it. What ads actually do when used right? I said it probably 15 times already. Speed up learning, test messages, identify persona, although you can do it earlier. Early inputs, this is the best. The cool thing with ads is that as soon as it starts, it kind of keeps you sharp. When you start a product without running ads, and I've done both way more often with ads, of course, but with ads, I always figure that as soon as there is a budget, even a small budget, you can spend $10 per day. It's like 300 per month. So you have 1 month where every single day, at every single moment, you have qualified users coming into your page and interacting. You can watch them using this amazing tool, Microsoft Clarity, which is actually free and allows you to watch the people interacting with your tool, which is quite incredible. And you have plenty of other tracking ways for you uh, to learn about your customers. Um, Create scalable signal, attention drivers, sign up drivers, and real customer leads. So yes, you are getting actual leads, which is amazing. People that either your product you're just validating. It's like just for a little bit of context here in those videos. So those are videos that are pre-vibe coding era. So the idea was, okay, if you actually want to build a product, do not spend 2 months building the product and then try to find users. So it was more like create the, I lost the word, but fake door. I don't remember, a landing page that pretend that the product is here, and when people want to sign up, then you tell them, okay, it's not there yet, but can you answer a few questions? And then they would answer, and then you get them on the waiting list, and then you launch via email when the product is ready. Now I will soon update this type of videos, because now it's with vibe coding. You can actually build a product very, very fast, but the principle is the same. When you run ads, you still want to learn about their actual program. Maybe you can remove the launch part, the waiting list. You can have users directly, but the principle of getting a certain type of people, learning out of them, and offering them the solution is exactly the same. Okay, let's go back. And it's already 25 minutes. I wanted to make a short video. I never can do that. Why devs are built for this? I told you about it. Um, Marketing equal system design, input, test, data, insight. It's like debugging. No need for creativity. It's structured and it's just logic. There is nothing more. So what to do instead? Let's talk about budget. I mentioned it already, but you don't need again a big budget to run ads, and just running ads actually you are paying for for learning about your product, but also to there is no better way to learn about ads than actually doing ads. And when you have spent your first $500 or 300 or 200, even sometimes I get so much learning after 100, then you have learned so much, gained so much skills. It's just insane. So you don't have to start with a lot of different offers, and actually you can start with just the thing that if you just follow that, this what's there in this video, you can start running ads with a very small budget. So there is nothing. I mean, unless you really don't have any budget, which happens, then I don't think there is a rational way by saying that doing everything that is in the comments of this post makes sense over actually learning with ads. All right. I hope you got some value out of this video. And then that I wasn't too long or confusing. You can access this document. There is a link in the description. And if you are still there, then I really encourage you to start with the video that you think fits the most to you at your stage. One I didn't mention is this one. It's funny. It's probably one of my most valuable video on the channel, where I break down how I analyze ads. Um, if you want to dig into how to understand what's happening in your ad manager, just go for this one. But depending on where you are, and I really encourage you to watch this one because this one will bring you the system to like be a better marketer than a lot of marketers out there that don't know how to do that. So yeah, start by there. All right, then I see you in the next video. Bye bye.